What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We appreciate you coming back and checking us out once again. It's me, Native Hustling, with my co-host slash best old buddy of pal, Pittsburgh.
What up, guys? Good to see you again.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about liquidation. There's a lot of hype on YouTube and with the extreme unboxing and things like that. And kind of want to do just a little pros and cons of what do we think liquidation can do to your business. Sure, when you're watching the show, they're showing a little bit of both. I haven't really caught any of the episodes, to be honest. What do you think about the?
Yeah, I thought it was a cool show. The thing I like about it is like these are people I already know from YouTube, at least most of them. So I thought it was kind of cool to see people that are kind of within the same wheelhouse we are, kind of on TV doing their own thing. Just shows me that our community, like the reselling community, has something to offer beyond just a little tiny niche on YouTube that doesn't get very much push. So that excites me. You know, I've never done liquidation pallets as of yet. Nate and I, this is something that we've considered, you know, pitching up on or doing in the past, but both of our schedules have gone as of late. It's just something we haven't dived into yet. But the resurgence of this show and, you know, how hot it is right now, you know, kind of makes me want to do one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the big thing about buying liquidation, you're able to buy a bulk amount of items for hopefully a great price. And talking about like scalability to your business, it adds another component where you're getting X amount of items in the door instead of having to go to 60 yard sales every day or every weekend to kind of get some bulk into your business. Because I mean, as of right now, as things are, you know, selling on eBay and the different markets is a huge hit for a lot of us because online shopping is growing because of the pandemic, and it was always growing, but I mean, it really slammed the pedal to the floor as things are going right now. So that was been the only thing for me, like with eBay, like I've always struggled with personally, is like getting enough product where I'm able to have so much in my store, and doing that. And then, you know, we've done storage lockers. These are two good ways to be able to do that if you get your eye on some good things or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. And it's something that I've even considered maybe making a part of my business plan moving forward. Like, for example, we talked about, you know, potential for the storefront. Now, that would be an easy way to keep the shelves stocked at all times. Like, for example, the couple that's in New York, that's typically what they do is they'll order in their liquidation pallets to stock their store. So I would essentially probably incorporate that into my business model, and then I'd probably still continue to do storage units and continue to pick and do all those things as well. But that's definitely a great way to make sure you always have you know, sellable inventory in your store is through liquidation. So that's definitely something that I've discussed. And, you know, even just in the last week, we had a friend of ours reach out to us. You did too, Nate, that does liquidation on a pretty substantial level, and basically just try to give us the hookup. So as of right now, I basically just told him, like, I'm not to the point where the store's open yet or anything like that. But once it gets up and rolling, like, I will be needing inventory like all the time. So, you know, it's definitely something that I could potentially see myself dabbling in, potentially with the storefront.
One thing that buying pallets and anything bulk like that, the hidden costs of doing that is the shipping. So if you're being able to buy somewhere that's pretty close, you know, the shipping won't be too bad, or you have the option to possibly pick up, which would be the best option, because then you can either rent a truck and pick up a 12 to 20 pallets or whatever, or you can get something shipped LT and which is less than a truckload, and have it, you know, shipped directly to you. So you know, depending on where this stuff's coming from, like if we're getting something from California all the way to PA, that shipping price would be crazy. But you know, if we're getting something from like Indiana, New York, or relatively close, that shipping cost shouldn't be too bad. And the more pallets you get, the better deal. That's why, like, me and Anthony have talked to try and maybe do something together to bring that shipping down, because you add the shipping plus with the cost of pallet, I mean, you might make you know, you might only make a couple bucks just because of not knowing what you're going to get condition wise and what's inside. So it's a little bit of the risk that you run buying liquidation. I'm sure if anyone has watched Extreme Unboxing, they've seen like some of these are totally mysteries where you don't even know that it's manifested or not. Some are all returns. Some are just shelf pulls, which is for a person who's running some type of store or e-com business. That would be the best stuff because
Yep.
it essentially wouldn't have any the shelfware or any damage or anything. It should be new in the box type product. So basically, for me moving forward, like if you're able to get some of that stuff close enough where the shipping costs and everything's right, you can make some good money.
I think that there's a lot of different places too that people can get these pallets from. My suggestion, and this is just keep in mind, I'm somebody that has never purchased one, but as somebody who likes to protect the money of my business, I'd be real leery in buying one that doesn't come with a manifest because you don't know what you're getting. At least if there's some kind of manifest, you at least get some kind of a basic idea, and that limits your potential risk of losing money on the pallets. Like for example, I've seen episodes on the show Extreme Unboxing where people lose money and they have to do a lot of work. Like there's a lot of work involved in flipping pallets. It's not just like, oh, stuff shows up at your house and then next thing you know it all sells. Like you got to put like the elbow grease in it. And I've seen these people buy these pallets not knowing what's inside. They might have a general idea, okay, this is probably tools or this is house goods or something like that, but as far as what's inside, it can be a really big mystery. So you really limit your exposure to losses by purchasing from places that do provide manifests in the pallet, because that way you can go and do the comps and you can see, okay, well, this is selling X amount a month on Amazon, or this sells on eBay for such and such, and there's X amount listed, X amount sold. You know what I mean? So you can really have a educated stance in this. If you look into it the right way and you cross all your T's and dot your I's. Some sites such as, like, for example, Liquidation.com. They do provide manifests of what comes in their pallets. Another one is called Bulks. They have an app. They have a website. You might even have seen some YouTube videos of people unboxing Bulks boxes. A lot of those do come with manifests. So if you're new to it, like I am, like that's kind of where I'm trying to start, is the manifested ones. So that way I can at least protect myself up front getting into it, because I don't want to get into something and have to do a whole bunch of work and then end up losing money on it.
That is definitely the one thing with buying anything in bulk. Storage lockers, liquidation, you could essentially be doing a lot of work and making very little money, or you could score really big. It's kind of a risk reward situation. Like doing the show Extreme Unboxing, that has brought attention to the platform, but is also raising prices too. So
I'm sure.
Or definitely buying off different sites and different things like that. One thing that I would suggest if you're looking to do this is there's usually places, I don't want to say locally, but in your region that you can drive to and actually go look at the pallets and actually pick out which ones you want and then load it up on a truck. So you essentially want to bring a truck with you or have that set up and then have it picked up and brought back to your place or whatever. Or you can, if you have a big enough van or a truck, you can even load it up yourself and take it home with you. This way you can have a really good understanding of, okay, this is pretty legit how they're doing business. You're able to pick it out of, like, you're going to Walmart to go shopping, pick out exactly what you want. So I think that moving forward, there was one in Ohio, I believe, that we're able to do that. So it's crazy how much opportunity for bulk is in Ohio. But
I know.
We went there for storage lockers, and there's liquidation there. I think there's a place in West Virginia as well. I can't remember. I haven't done any research in a while, but
I think I'm going to be doing a lot of business in Ohio moving forward, just because of how much more it's readily available. You know what I mean? Like, even just like the pandemic's opened my eyes to so many things, like just in the way Pennsylvania handles business as opposed to like other states. I feel like a lot of it can be a little handcuffing. It's like Fight Club. The first rule of live auctions in Pittsburgh is you don't talk about live auctions in Pittsburgh because you can't find them,
Yeah.
And then you talk about storage units. Like you can go onto Storage Treasures to look at some units, and you might see a little dot here and there, like around Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh. But whenever you like expand it to 200 miles, it's like literally dots everywhere in Ohio. And then as far as like the liquidation goes, like that company in Ohio that we've talked about potentially getting a truck and going out there and just getting a few pallets from them, like that would be definitely something I would consider, in the future, especially if I have a place to A, store the stuff, and B, sell the stuff.
With liquidation and storage, it's kind of the same plan, like to get rid of the stuff. There's going to be some stuff that's going to be home runs that you could sell online, no problem, or you could sell it in a storefront. There's going to be obviously some trash that you're going to have to deal with because
lots of trash.
Storage especially, definitely. On the pallets, not as much, but there's definitely some breakage and stuff that gets smashed and just not all there, so that you're left to pitch it or try to sell parts of it or whatever. So
I've been told by Andy that he typically sees a good 10 to 20% of his pallet being trash, just like off the top. So I mean that's pretty good considering like you go to a storage unit, like 10 to 20% is like the good stuff you're getting out of it, and the rest is pretty much trash in most storage units. Like the ones that we've bought for the most part.
The thing about the different pallets too, it depends on where you're getting them from too. Like if he's getting a lot of Amazon stuff, so it's a lot of probably a good mixture of stuff from like food to whatever. So if you're buying something that say was a Lowe's truck or like a Target or Walmart, it might not be as bad as it would with Amazon, because a lot of Amazon stuff is stuff that just gets damaged because it gets sent from me here at my location or from another business. It goes to Amazon breaks it or damages it, or it gets damaged while being in the warehouse, or it's a return and then they just trash it. So a lot of stuff like that is more the trash side of things, where if you're buying off like say Target and Lowe's, a lot of that stuff for the most part is going to be, there's definitely going to be some returns if you have like a used a pallet that's not shell pulls, or you can have a lot of shell pull stuff, which tends to be more or less what that stuff is. I've watched a lot of Resell Rabbit, especially in the past. He does that type of stuff, and he has a really nice business model, the way he deals with that, the way he just kind of opens his doors and has like a weekend sale and just drops the price every day and every item's the same. And then he sells the great stuff online and locally to businesses in his area. The importance to being able to buy bulk but also have connections locally is huge, because it's almost like you can buy to the strengths of your buyers versus you're just looking to hope to get some good stuff. Like you can have stuff basically pre-sold before you even get it in, which is amazing anytime in business when you have guaranteed sales and money just coming right back to you instantly.
And that's something I'm learning, like getting into the bigger bulk items, because my business model has always been, up until maybe the last 2 to 3 months, it's always been pick the good stuff, liquidate the rest. But now that I'm like doing storage units and I'm getting into bulkier type situations, I think the only way to really get to that point is I'm going to have to scale it beyond myself. What I mean? And as long as I keep it at just myself, like I don't want to say it's going to always be like a hobby business, but it's never going to be like a fully functioning business to where if I go on vacation, it's still the same amount of activity as it normally would. You know what I mean? And then I get back from vacation, and next thing I know, my store is dead for like 2 weeks while I'm like listing my brains out trying to get it back. That'll be the nice thing, is being able to get to a point to where my business will run even remotely. I would love to be able to just be a full-time content creator and have like the actual like reselling part of my business just completely run by a manager.
Yeah, I mean, buying bulk when you're by yourself can only get you so far. You know what I mean? And that's what really made me look at things a little bit differently. Like when I first started doing reselling and everything, like I felt like I can only get so big. With Amazon, it kind of was able to really stretch that beyond what I even thought was possible. Just for the fact that like I can ship it off to them and still have my normal time frame of the
Mhm.
stuff I can do normally. So like, you know, when you're using Amazon or other places like that, you're actually having another company do a lot of the work for you, or it's almost like hiring somebody, because now they're shipping, they're pushing your merchandise, they're, you know, doing all that type of stuff, and
Yeah.
you're just basically waiting for the payout. And the only thing you have to do is just make sure your account is in good standing.
Hey guys, do us a favor. Before you click off this video today, make sure you go down below and check to see if you're subscribed to Nate. If you're not, make sure you take that red button and you punch it with your mouse till it becomes gray. And then you want to go and click that bell notification so you don't miss any of these show recordings, because we're going to be dropping them all the time. They're going to be epic. You won't want to miss any of them. And then go down to that description and make sure you click the link that says Picksburgh and go over there and subscribe too, because we're doing really cool content on my channel as well, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. Stay awesome.